Hi everyone, this is Danielle. Welcome back to Passport on a Plate, where I show you recipes to make you feel like you're traveling the world from the comfort of your very own kitchen. Today we're going to be making cacio e pepe, which is an incredibly simple pasta dish, and yet it is so delicious. This is a 5-star dish that you can make with only 5 ingredients, and it comes together so quickly. You can make this dish for any family and friends, or just for yourself as well. Before we get started, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button right below to subscribe to this channel. I post new videos every Wednesday. Let's grab our ingredients and let's get started. Before we get started, I want to talk a bit about our ingredients. With a dish that uses so few ingredients, you want to make sure that your ingredients are of the highest quality. Cacio e pepe translates literally to cheese and pepper. So this pasta dish is just cheese and pepper. So here today I've got some fettuccine pasta. This is the pasta I'm using. You're welcome to use spaghetti, really any pasta that you'd like. It is traditionally made with a longer pasta, but any pasta will do as your base. I've got my butter right here and my cute little butter dish. Unsalted butter is best so that you're not over-salting your dish. We of course have some black peppercorns that I'm going to freshly grind for this dish to have the most impactful flavor. Now to talk about our cheeses, I've got Parmigiano Reggiano right here, typically called Parmesan as well. Parmigiano Reggiano is what you want to look for the most authentic, high quality cheese coming from Italy. This is a block that I bought from my local grocery store. It was about $12, and we're going to be freshly shaving it today again to get the most impactful flavor. For our Pecorino Romano, I have it already grated here. This was the only one that I could find, so we're going to use it pre-grated. With this container, if you notice, right here it says it is imported from Italy, and right over here you can see that little symbol. These symbols are regulated by the Italian government, so you know that this cheese has come from where it has said it's come from. It is sourced authentically, produced to the quality and grade that it says on the package, and you know that all of that is verified as well. So let's get our Parmesan grated first and our ingredients set up, and then we'll get cooking. So we have our pasta already cooking here. For our dish, I put about half the box of fettuccine, which is 8 ounces, into this pot of boiling water. I let the water come to a boil before I added the pasta. As you can see over here, I did salt our pasta water, spilled some on the countertop in the process, but it's fine. I've got our spoon to stir this pasta occasionally while it's cooking. We're letting it cook for about 12 minutes so that it cooks to an al dente texture so that it's not overly cooked. Al dente means to the tooth, so that it still has some firmness to it. Our saucepan is ready to go over here so that we can combine the rest of our ingredients closer to when our pasta is finished cooking, and then we'll bring it all together for the final dish. So here we have our cooked pasta finished and drained back here. Before I drained my pasta, I reserved 1 cup of the pasta water. We've got our saucepan preheating right here. I've got 2 tablespoons of butter that I want to add into my saucepan and let it melt. I've got our butter melting in our saucepan. Over here I've got a 3/4 cup of that shaved Parmesan. We have 1/3 cup of the Pecorino Romano cheese right here. And then we've also got 1 teaspoon of our ground black pepper already. Once our butter is melted, we're going to add the black pepper so that it can toast for a minute before we add the rest of our ingredients in. We're now going to add our ground teaspoon of black pepper to the skillet. Give it a stir and let it toast for about 1 minute in our melted butter. Now that our pepper has toasted for about a minute in the skillet, we're going to take half of the pasta water that we reserved from cooking our pasta. We're going to add about half of it to the skillet and just let that heat for about a minute before we add in our pasta. Now that we've let our pasta water come to a simmer, we're going to add the pasta in. Very carefully so you don't splash anything on yourself. We're going to get this stirred around a bit. We also want to add in our other 2 tablespoons of butter. Right here in the middle so that it can melt as well. We're going to let our butter melt, and once it's melted, we'll add in our Parmesan cheese. Now that our butter is completely melted, we want to use a pair of tongs and add our 3/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. And we're just going to toss that around to get it melted. Now we're going to turn our heat off. We're going to add our 1/3 cup of Pecorino Romano and toss that in just as our Parmesan. Believe me, if I had a bigger skillet, I would use it, but this will work. We've got our finished cacio e pepe right here on a plate. I did top it with some more freshly shaved Parmesan and a little bit of extra black pepper as well. You are welcome to put any other toppings that you'd like. If you'd like to serve it with some vegetables as well or just on its own, it is perfectly delicious. We didn't end up using the rest of our reserved pasta water. If your sauce is a little too dry, feel free to add a little bit more of that pasta water to kind of make it a bit more cohesive for you. As always, I hope that you loved this recipe. Please like and subscribe below, and I will see you next Wednesday to bring your passport to your plate. Bye!